And Woody likes the crooked cock.
Right? Am I crazy?
Yeah,
No,
African American is geography.
No, nationality is what you're thinking of. Ethnicity is like race, right?
No. Because Africa is a continent, not a nation. It's African American is a geography thing. It's a distinction of geography.
Yeah, I think you can be African and white, as such as South African.
There you go, like Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johannesburg. Right. Yeah, because that's South Africa.
That's
where you left
from.
out a syllable, Kyle. There's two hands in there, but
Johansson.
Well, I mean, like they would still carry an African with albinism, however you say it, would still. I guess they'd be more likely to have a child that's albino, but most likely the child would be black, right? Or no?
I just straight up want to know what a black albino is. Is that a white person?
Well, no, it's not a European person. It's a black person with a skin.
Yeah, all right. Yes, that is a white person because they are white, yes. But that is not a Caucasian.
Yes, they're not Caucasian.
Melanin.
Thank you, Kyle. That's the way to say it.
I believe the scientific word starts with an N,
but it ends with an O.
It ends with an O,
but I don't want to get close to it.
It's too close.
We're going to call him brothos.
Not in this climate.
A brotho.
It's the safe angle, I think.
Man, we are all coming off as ignorant.
No. How did that happen?
That's never happened once. Not once in this whole show. But yeah, I don't know. But the same way that, like, if you have a genetic defect, you're more likely to pass it on. But or no, I guess it depends on the genetic defect. Yeah. Sometimes you're like almost guaranteed to pass it on, and then other times like you can like have a totally normal kid as long as the other person doesn't.
I don't know how that works. Like, could you have like there's some in utero things that can happen to you, right? You know, like a little cut off the brain blood flow for a moment or something, and you won't pass that on. I think.
No, you won't pass that on.
We just Google how do albinos work.
We're talking about recessive and dominant traits, and
right,
and whether or not things are likely or are not so likely to be passed on to your offspring. It also depends on what your partner's like, what their genetics are like, because sometimes like you're fine as long as your partner doesn't have the same recessive trait as you. But if both of you have it, then your child is definitely going to have like octopus arms or whatever the fuck. Like there's all sorts of stuff with genetics. That's why you should always get the person that you're going to have these little mutant babies with checked out.
Right. To make sure that she's
compatible.
Yes. Yeah.
Genetically compatible.
So how did you do it? Did she volunteer or did you steal a glass she drank from?
I held her down and cut her hair. Then,
you got to pull her hair. Get the roots. That's where the good DNA is.
That's true.
Like vitiligo.
Is I ain't black. This is reverse vitiligo.
Dude,
we've talked about him before, but there's an MMA fighter who had vitiligo, and he pretty much turned white. Like you would think that he was a white guy at this point.
Yeah.
It turns out that vitiligo is accelerated by like rubbing on that area, right? So you as a normal person, you might get white like in your armpits, around your neck, maybe between your legs first, right? Hands, right? Things that move a lot. But him as a grappler, like his whole body's being just dragged across the mat daily. That's part
you know what I don't like?
So he turned white.
I don't like whenever they take a picture of somebody who's got vitiligo and they're like, she's beautiful. And it's just like, why can't we all admit when someone is unattractive or when something is wrong with them that is not appealing to the eye?
I'm only halfway with you.
Fat people.
I think that a really like structurally beautiful person with vitiligo can still be beautiful. Like if you applied vitiligo to, I don't know, I'm bringing up Emma Watson. I talked about her earlier. I think she'd still be beautiful.
But a morbidly obese person with vitiligo.
You just take a really fit chick, nice happy trail, vitiligo or not. We all agree she's rocking.
The hair turned white too.
See, that whole body acceptance movement should be for people with like vitiligo, missing leg from Afghanistan, a burn victim, an acid attack victim, but it has been entirely co-opted.
Appetite discipline disorder.
Yeah, I just can't stop eating. Yeah, so that's a shame. Like someone out there with like burns on their leg and their face is, getting shut down because they have thin privilege or something, which is kind of funny.
I like to think that there's some poor person with burns on their face. Like, what are you worried about, skinny?
Yeah. What are you talking about? You can probably eat whatever you want.
Not really. It's hard to chew.
He's sitting there like, actually, every day is a struggle.
You know what I'd give to be 85 pounds like you privileged cunt? I don't have any legs.
Yes.
Burns
Got enough for both of
segues
us.
into that next topic. Can we watch this? I have a group watch thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Have you guys seen this already?
Yeah,
I
last
have
year.
not.
Oh, that is possible, actually. It's a year old. Have we watched it on the show?
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll watch it again.
Shucks.
I mean, that's never stopped us before.
Especially me.
We can watch it. Yeah, I don't remember.
It's a really cool video. It's fun to watch.
All right. So what you're going to see is a dad and a son, I guess, trapped in a forest fire. For reasons I can't explain, the son is driving. And what's interesting in the video to me is the tension. The kid is scared to death. Dad has like a forced calm that I'm not buying. And let's listen. Are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Ready, set, play.
Beta, huh?
Yeah. He's a little beta.
Bitch is never getting laid.
The
Yeah, I guess they weren't announcing, fire schedules on their Polish radio.
Siri thinks I'm talking to her.
Ding. Are you trying to escape a forest fire?
It said my sis is a little bear. I'm like, kind of. Anyway, what happens is they drive up upon a flaming log that's blocked the road. They decide they can't back up. They can't K-turn and they can't go backwards like they just came through. So they get out of the car. They run down the flaming hill and get rescued by boaters. And it turns out okay. I guess that's how we got the footage.
I'm glad they ended. Well, yeah. Oh, damn it! I should have bought in more. Like, I guess I was totally bought in. I'm like, are they going to make it? Are they going to be okay? But the fact that footage survived, that's what made the Blair Witch Project not as scary.
But didn't they all die?
Found footage.
It's
Yeah, they all
found footage. Yeah, all those people died.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I didn't get it.
Okay. Maybe his head's not as big as I thought.
Yes, I'm a solid counter-argument to your phrenology points earlier. The size of this frontal lobe. Oh, but it's all full of retard thoughts. They're like dissecting my head 500 years from now. They're like, nah, it's nothing but hockey stats and impressions of retards. Damn.
They all say, like, oh, it's not the size of the brain, it's the amount of wrinkles on it. I've heard that many times. I don't know if it's science-based. But I'm like, but...
It's the surface area, and the wrinkles add to that.
Right. But you'd think all things being equal, more size is more surface area. I get it. Wrinkles add surface area.